All right. Hello, all you night readers. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday evening. Sunday, April the 19th. Wow. Where has this month gone? Hey, Wolf. Hey, Vic. Nice to see you. Both. Hey, Kayla. Tosh. Hello, 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 hello. All right. Let's see what we got for our next 24 hours. Let's see. Hey, Valentina. we're looking to the future again. Is that 2 nights in a row that I shuffled them up and made them the same? Thanks, Kayla. Thank you very much. Doing great, Valentina. Doing great. Is that 2 nights in a row we've been looking to the future? That's very interesting. Apparently, someone wants us to know that we should continue looking to the future and get our heads out of the past. Right? Hey, Shannon Reed, how are you? The dog is looking at the comments. He's reading along. He's just kind of reading along. What's going on? New comments. Yes, that is true, Kayla. I am. All right, we got one from Valentina. Valentina wants to know. I'm not talking to Carlo. He sent me multiple emails. How is he feeling and what will he do from now on about me? All right. Sorry, dog. Don't forget, look to the future for the next 24 hours. Again, I did not know that was for the next 48 hours yesterday when I pulled it. All right. So, not talking to Carlo. He sent you some emails. Did you read the emails? Or is he completely blocked? Did you read the emails, Valentina? Okay. Yes, you read it, but you didn't respond. Okay. So then I have to imagine that the emails in some shape or form gave you an idea of how he's feeling, right? I would think that might be the case. I would hope. But let's see. Let us see what the cards say. Sorry. I have to make an adjustment there for a second. All right. Things got switched around here. I'm using a different table. It is not my original table. Yeah. Sorry about that. I had to fix something. But now it's all fixed and it should be a little less jiggly. I'm not usually that jiggly. All right, so Carlo is thinking, obviously, he's been thinking about you, and now he's got an issue with what does he want to do? What exactly should he do? Right? That's kind of what's coming through. Should he move? Should he go head toward the past here? Or should he just kind of hide behind the banner that's there in front of him? You know, he's got a banner right in front of him. And positive for life. So he's got the banner in front of him. So basically, the things he says to me when I see this card, the Knight of Rods, obviously he's somebody who is a risk taker. He's usually fiery, maybe a show off kind of person. Likes to be the center of attention kind of guy, which goes really well with the Fool, obviously, because the Fool can be foolish and immature. But I would be willing to say that I think that anything that he tells you through emails, he could use, he can use this as like a veil. It doesn't have to be. So I don't. So yeah, it seems like when he talks through the emails, he could pretty much say anything he wants, and it does not have to have any meaning to it. So that's what I get when I see the Knight of Rods. But again, this is somebody who's a risk taker. This is somebody who is willing to be adventurous, and like I said, he may be the show-off kind of person. So if he's showing off and acting the fool and just taking that leap before he even thinks about anything, well then, yeah, as you can see, this person here, they're both moving towards the past. Nobody's getting over. Nobody's looking to the future. No one's looking to the future. Look to the future, guys. Look to the future. It's over here. It's way over there. Hey, Zachariah. Good to see you. Good to see you from Facebook. So yeah, so if he's doing this, he just wants past stuff back. But then you have, then you're at the Eight of Rods. The Eight of Rods shows this communication gap. This is his emails getting to you. He's sending them, but you're not really paying attention to them. You're not responding back. So this is him trying to give the messages to you, not you giving him the messages already back. It's you kind of leaning over half-heartedly at this point, and half-heartedly trying to get that message, but you're not really paying attention to it. It's not really what you want. It's the message you want to bridge this gap. You want to bridge this gap on your own and get away. See how you're kind of getting away once you get across. Once you get that new start here with the Ace of Rods, then you can be away from him, and then you get across this gap here. You knock the rod off so he can't get it across too, and then you don't have to worry about him keep sending you more and more communications and more emails and stuff. And then you've got the Page of Rods. So this is like the whole Rod family. You've got Rod and all of his friends. Yeah, I think it's insisting. I think 100 emails is insisting. Yep. Definitely. But again, I think he's the show-off. I think he's the fool. I think he'll do anything he'll do anything because he is the risk taker. So he'll do anything to try and get you back until you give. I mean, you have to lay down the law with him. And I'm going to go back here to the Eight of Rods. And maybe this is you handing something to him or to a messenger that's going to give to him. And maybe this is your law. This is the law according to Valentina. The law according to Valentina is, hey, leave me alone. I'm not into you anymore. I just want to move on. I just want to cross into another relationship and be done. Whatever we had was there, and whatever happened. But You need to know that I am moving on, and there's going to be, there's not going to be contact between us anymore. You have to make it known, though. You have to be very upfront, apparently. If he's going to be constantly um, on and on and on and on about stuff like that, then you have to be on. You have to be really stern. You got to be stern. I would have loved to have seen the Queen of, the Queen of Swords here. That would have been a great one, because that would have been you all the way. But not. I get the Page of Rods, because you know that the grass is greener on the other side of this big fence, and you're willing to even, you'll do anything just to see it. You'll stand on boxes and stuff just to see it, because you know that the grass is greener over there. Yeah, you feel guilty. Okay, yes, you feel guilty. And I understand that. I definitely get that. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And, you get a lot of happy people here. This person's happy. This person is not sad about giving information or receiving information. None of these people are sad. They're smiling. This one's smiling. The only one that looks like he's, annoyed or anything might be the knight, maybe, and you can hardly see that. But you have to figure out a way to tell him that you're going to cut it off. And then leave this opening. Leave that gap there so he can't keep coming and you can't go back. You just have to tell him. All right, Valentina, that's what I got for you. If you guys were here last night, I said I really have a strong feeling with this Anna K deck, and probably going to use Anna K more than I'm going to use any of the other decks. So yeah, you're going to see it a lot more. Just wanted to make you as aware, in case you're saying, hey, why is he only using Anna K so much? Well, because I really do think I have a strong feeling for that one. All right, Vicky had a question. She wants to know if Mahesh is planning for a commitment. Is Mahesh planning for a commitment? All right, let's see what we've got. Let us see what we got for you, Vic. All right. Oh, thanks, Kayla. I'm glad you got a chance to check it out. And, I appreciate the positive feedback, that's for sure. I have to see what I'm going to do over the next week or so. All right, so Mahesh, is he going to make a commitment? Is he planning for a big commitment? Let's see. I'm thinking. I'm taking a drink, and I'm drinking. I'm thinking and drinking. That's not good, is it? Trust me, it's only Gatorade. All right. So I see that you and Mahesh are having a struggle over this, obviously. You're having a bit of an issue. Just the two of you, because there's people in the background here that are, kind of supporting. They're being supportive here. You can see that. You can see the support. They're all watching and smiling, and so I don't see where this is a really serious struggle for the two of you, but I do see where it's a struggle. Definitely, it's definitely a struggle. But, however, then you get the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wonderful. It's very satisfying. You're feeling very happy, very satisfied with something. So apparently, out of this struggle comes comes satisfaction for you, for the two of you, right? And then you've got the high priest, which is also the Hierophant. Same guy. Sorry, I know that some of the names are different. Some of the names have been changed to protect the innocent in Anarchy. Rods are wands, and the high priest is the Hierophant. Not much different, but you want to make sure you are right on the ball with his traditions and his culture and his rituals, stuff like that. Hey, his darling, how are you? You want to make sure you know those things and that you follow them, because after all this work, you wouldn't want it to cause him to have to put up a wall because or have a family issue here because maybe your thinking and his thinkings aren't exactly the same about things. And again, it comes down to with the Hierophant or the high priest, it comes down to tradition and society and culture, rituals, stuff like that. And that's the stuff you really want to watch for, because if you're not on the same page with him with that, then it's going to cause him to put up a wall and to really get defensive and to really get really feel burdened about things. He's going to really feel like he's stuck in a corner and can't get out. So you want to make sure that you've done that. But then you're going to have a lot of choices to make after that. And all those choices right now are going to be all about the commitment. You're going to look into into his culture. He's going to need to look into your culture and what your rituals are, what your heritage is. And once you do that, then of course you're going to you guys are going to have to come up with plans together on what's going to work best for the two of you and for the two families to get, because once you make a commitment together, it's not just two people, it's everybody. The whole family shows up. So I've seen weddings of different. I was a DJ for 20 years, and maybe you can tell that from my microphoning, how I sound on the microphone. But yeah, I was a DJ for 20 years. So, and I did a lot of outside events, like not outside of the house, outside in the weather, but outside of just regular DJing. And excuse me. And so you can see, I've seen a lot of different weddings that I've been to and worked at and stuff like that, where it is two different cultures coming together. And of course, all the family on one side, well, there's another family on the other side, and those two families have to come together. I gotta get longer arms. Those two families have to really come together. So you're going to have a lot of decisions on what you have to do to make the commitment work for not just you, but him as well, your family and his family. So all of you. So that's what I see for you, Vic. I do see commitment. I think that's great. I think the whole commitment idea is great. I think it's going to be a wonderful thing. I just think you have to make sure that you just get your ducks in a row, kind of thing. Just get everything set, because you're going to have to make decisions that please you and him and your family and his family. And it's not easy. It's not going to be simple, but at least it'll work. It will work, because you're going to put your mind to it and you're going to make it work. Hey, Fairy Wren, it's great to see you. Glad you're here. All right, his darling wants to know. Somebody else wanted to know something too ahead of that. Positive for life wanted to know, what is it that is key? Oh, is Kev? I'm sorry, I have bifocal see, and if I don't look at the right place, it definitely does not work right. Okay, you want to know what it is that Kev is planning for you both. I just want a little hint. Oh, and you want me to ruin the surprise? If I told you I knew and I didn't want to ruin the surprise, would that be okay? That was like a second. That was a second job for 20 years. Well, yeah, like I said, I was in banking for 32 years or whatever it was. But I was also a DJ at nights and weekends and stuff. And that was fun. It was a fun thing for a while, for a long while. But as I got older, I got burned out from it. So it was, it was interesting. Thank you, Vic. Yeah, I definitely saw the cultural differences. Definitely. With the high priest coming out. That was a huge card for that at that point. So, all right. What does Kev have in store for you? If I give away secrets, he's going to be mad at me. I already know this. That I know. If I tell you, if I honestly get this right, let's start off with that, okay? If I honestly get this right, and then he tells you, you have to act extremely surprised. You have to pretend like you didn't know, like some crazy tarot guy on the internet didn't already mention this to you once. All right, so here we go. This is what we've got. Yeah, tell her exactly the opposite. That's the way. So, never get on the Wheel of Fortune. You'll never get off. Once you start running around the Wheel of Fortune, you'll never get off. That's for sure. All right, so what does he really have in store for you? A little hint. Oh. See, I get the Wheel of Fortune, which to me always means that things are moving, things are in progress right now. But like I said yesterday, remember, the person who's closest to the center of the Wheel of Fortune when it's turning is the person who's not going around very much. But then I see the King of Cups. The King of Cups is someone who needs to acknowledge some deep feelings. There's feelings that need to be acknowledged. And that's kind of you. That's kind of you at this point, I think. Because that's really what you're looking for at this point. You're looking for the acknowledgement of his feelings. And that's what this King of Cups is saying. He needs to acknowledge the deep feelings and the emotional feelings, that the emotions that you have right now, so that you can be happy with him, right? So you can be happy and share in all the happiness, not let him keep it all for himself. But I would say, you've also kind of backed yourself into this room. You've put up your two swords. Yeah, you've got your two swords there, which is, indecision. You're a bit indecisive about what you want him to do. You're not sure. It's like a tug of war kind of thing, pulling different directions. So you've got the indecision of the Two of Swords, You can't take off this way. You can only move forward, and unfortunately, forward is the Tower, which again is more indecision and more of instability and frailty and stuff like that. So this is all you. This is all really you. You're feeling insecure and unstable. You are feeling like you have to you need acknowledgement of your feelings. You need him to acknowledge your feelings. You feel like you're running around in circles and not getting anywhere. You feel like, like I said, you've got the being frail and kind of broken and gosh, what other good words? Just that whole bad, that whole collapse of stability, that instability. That's all about you. But there's always a but, and here it comes. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Doo 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 doo. And here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. It's all right, because these are the things that he's going to show you. And that's what's going to happen. He's going to show you all the answers to these questions that you have. The big question, your big issue, of course, is you need acknowledgement of your feelings. And he's going to answer that for you. Okay. So that's what I see for you. Yeah, talk to him tonight. And play that song. Play Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. And see if he questions why. Some goofy guy on YouTube sang the song, and I just thought I'd play it, tell him. Play that funky music, white boy. Oh my. All right. So, oh gosh. Who do I have next? Shannon? Is Shannon up next? Shannon wants to know. UST got back into a big personal project today after a long hiatus. Okay. Can you see if there's any advice or next steps I should do in relation to this project? All right, so this is a work related question. I'm going work related. That's what I'm thinking. Absolute work related. Were you asked to work on this project already? Hey, Donata. It's nice to have you here. All right, and then his darling wants to know what her talents are. Okay, let's see, Shannon. So, Shannon, were you asked already to do this, to work in this project, to work on this project, or is it assumed that you are working on this project no matter what? Is this part of your job? Here we go with the Wheel of Fortune again, and the miscommunication of the Eight of Rods. More so a passion project I've done over the last 5 years. Okay. All right. All right. So let me see. Sorry. Oh boy. So it looks like you have not received a communication about this project yet. You haven't actually got confirmation that it's going to be you haven't got confirmation that they're going to ask you to come back and help with this, but it's more like a volunteer type job, not really a pay job. This is not your job. This isn't your career job. This is like I said, more of a volunteer type thing, I think. That's what I would say. And I do, I see where you're going around in circles about it, about whether or not you should be getting involved in it. So Justice says, just be honest about it. I'm trying to think of what some of the good words are that would go along with this to go with this reading. Think about the whole, think about the project, think about it, the part that you are going to work on. The part you would work on, would it be in the best interest of everybody for you to be involved in it? That's really what you're going to have, what it's going to all come down to. Is your work going to be an integral part of this whole thing? Is it going to make a difference? Is it really going to help the project? Because I see, again, here we are with the Seven of Rods. You're going to have that conflict. You're going to have that conflict, and it's going to, it may not go as smoothly as it has over the last 5 years when you did things. You've been doing this for 5 years, and that's great. I just want to make sure that if you don't look at this fairly, then things could come out of it that don't turn out so great. And if they don't turn out really well, then somebody ends up getting hurt and kind of, walking away with more than hurt feelings, apparently. So that is what I see, Shannon, for you. I don't really see, I don't see a whole lot more. I didn't get a whole lot more out of this reading for that, other than, like I said, in the end, somebody may get hurt and end up just walking away. And I don't want that to be you, because you've already done this for 5 years. And it's a very personal project to you. So, all right. If they haven't asked you to do it yet, though, I would say, just right here from the very beginning, if they haven't actually asked you, you haven't received something specific to this whole thing, then do not get involved in it until you're actually asked specifically. Okay, how about that? That would have been a good one card pull. All right, so Darling wants to know, what are my talents? I think you know the answer to this. I think you already know the answer. But we will see. I think you're looking for confirmation. Ms. Darling. I think you're looking for a confirmation on some information that you already know. Because you know what your talents are. You don't need me to tell you, right? But you'd like somebody to confirm them. That's what I always say, I know what my talents are. But I'd love to have somebody confirm them. That's always the tough part, right? You think you're talented at something. You think you're doing really great at something. and nobody confirms it, and nobody tells you anything about it. And that does not help at all, does it? You've got all the queens except one. Swords, cups, and pentacles. Guess who's missing? Yep. Wow. So you start off with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is someone who is extremely intelligent, somebody who likes to write, somebody who likes to do creative writing. You know, it's someone who is straight to the point, straight. It's very straight to the point, and doesn't take any other. It has that, it kind of has that cold feeling to her. As you can tell, you know, it's all just snow and heavy coat with gigantic looping arms, looping sleeves there. But it's all very cold. There's no warmth in her, really. She's just, she'll tell you things, she'll write, she'll do all kinds of writing and stuff, but when she communicates with you, it's very straight to the point and very cold and very short. You know, she's very short. It's just yes or no answers kind of deal, right? Yes, this is your reading now, his darling. Very, very short yes or no only answers kind of person. But then right next to it, you have the Queen of Cups, who is so emotionally nurturing that she kind of drowns out the Queen of Swords. You've got the two most opposite queens you could possibly have right next to each other. Right next to each other. The Queen of Cups is extremely emotional, extremely nurturing, very perceptive, very sensitive and delicate, stuff like that. This one here, you can see just with the cold and the snow and all that, she is the cold. She's the Wicked Witch of the winter side. Whatever side had winter, that's the side she's on. And then you have her. This is the good queen. This is the emotional queen who wants to tell you, hey, you know, whatever it is that this queen's telling you, do exactly the opposite. Do exactly the opposite. Don't listen to her, because even though she's smart and even though she's creative, you know, use your creativity, yes, but do it with emotion. Do it with passion. Do it with, you know, sensitivity. So I see where you're going to do stuff. You know, I see where you're going to be intuitive in this whole thing. You're going to be intuitive, and you're going to just have to watch out for someone being overly negative towards that. That's what you really got to watch. So that's what I would say. You know, you've got, if you are a Gemini, you would be exact opposites. That's for sure. But then you got, okay, so you move on from that, and you have the Seven of Swords. You've got someone who is taking away your ideas, taking away your talents and your time and the things that you have. They're taking that stuff away. And excuse me, and you want to get it back. You got to go after them to get it back. And that's what the Queen of Pentacles is doing. You know, she's very grounded and calm, but she's still going to go after this person and get your stuff back. You know, so don't lose yourself. Don't lose your creativity to someone else. Make sure with these two people here that you hold on to everything. You hold on to what you've got, and nobody can steal it away from you. And then you'll be judged. Then there's judgment, of course. Anytime you are starting or working on some new type of, what do you call it? Some type of new talent, something new that you want to start, there's always going to be someone who judges you. Good or bad. Could be good. Could be good judgment. Could be bad judgment. It could just be saying that, hey, you know what? You're entering a new phase in life. Wake up, feel renewed, and start. Start your new talent. All right. That's what I have for you, his darling. I think it's going to be something that's going to work with intuition. I think it may have something to do with writing things down or writing, just writing in general, something like to that effect. But remember, you're going to use intuition, and don't let someone who's so cold-hearted at this point take that away from you. Okay? That's what I get for you. All right, what do we got? About 6:30-ish. Time for me to quickly throw up the nightreadertarot.com banner. All right. So don't forget, guys and gals and everybody, take a chance, and if you get a chance, I should say, take a look over at the nightreadertarot.com website. There you can do several different things. You can find all my different channels, YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, my email. You can leave comments that will go directly to my email that I will respond to within 24 hours, which it'll be a lot faster than that. I'm not that busy. You can also leave donations there. You can set up times to have personal readings and take care of that, or you can set up times to have private readings or private taped readings, live or taped, either way. So you can set all of that up there, and like I said, you can do donations there. Donations will get your question answered immediately, but that's all the things you can do over at nightreadertarot.com for now. All right. It's a paradox. Yes, I saw two boats there. Now, if I had the Three of Wands with the two boats in the background, that would need a paradox. Donata wants to know, will I see Reginald this month? All right. Let's do a Reginald reading. I haven't done a Reginald reading since the last girl who asked about Reginald. Just kidding. Just joking, I swear. Will you see Reginald this month, Donata? I appreciate you coming in, Donata, and I hope you appreciate my bad sense of humor. But it does make things a little easier sometimes. All right. Will Donata see Reginald this month? This month as in April, or this month as in by the end of May? Because I'm saying this reading is really going to be for the end of it, till the end of April, from what I'm seeing. My bad sense of humor, I know. I get it from my dad. I get bad dad jokes from my dad. I feel so bad for my mother. She's got to put up with it from both of us. Bad dad jokes from her husband and her son. How terrible. But anyhow, So again, you're starting off with the Knight of Rods, who is someone who is very adventurous and very much a risk taker, and sometimes a bit of a show off. So, and obviously, I'm thinking that is him. That's Reginald. Yeah. So I see where he is on the move. That's for sure. And now, if he's again, like I said, you may not have been here for the very first reading, but this card came up, and so if he's been getting in touch with you electronically lately, you got to put a little bit. If he's been telling you, "Oh yeah, I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to see you," a lot, and then he hasn't been there to see you. You got to remember, okay, if he's texting this or emailing it or Facebook Messenger, however he's sending it, if it's electronic, he can hide behind the banner. He can hide right there behind that banner and have some kind of protection from what he says. He doesn't have to, he doesn't have to see you face to face. So what he says doesn't really have to have any backup meaning to it. He doesn't have to back up what he's saying. That's for sure. He doesn't have to, he can say stuff and not really mean it. And you can't really tell because you can't tell inflection through a text message. You can't tell, when you talk to someone face to face, or you at least talk to somebody on the phone, you can tell how their words are coming out, and you can kind of get some of that meaning from the way they say something or how it sounds. Hey, Tarot Oracle, nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. You can kind of tell, but if it's a text message or an email or something like that, where it's just typed words, well, there are so many different ways that could go that you don't know. He doesn't have to have a meaning behind it. So he's got that banner to hide behind. Then, of course, you've got the Tower, and the Tower is instability, right? It's that instability, it's that frailty, it's the imbalance of everything, where the two of you may have been torn apart at some point, or or splitting up, or having the possibility of splitting up, and that's why you want to see him, or that's why you want him to come see you by the end of the month. So I see that there. You're the perceptive one, though. You're very sensitive and delicate, and you're nervous about what's going to happen. You're nervous about whether or not he's going to come and see you by the end of the month, because he's probably made promises about it, but he hasn't come through. He really has not come through yet. So, and you don't want to take a chance on that. You're not really willing to take a chance, because you're that sensitive kind of person. You're very emotionally sensitive. But you get the 10 of Cups, which is obviously it's emotions, because you've got so many cups, all full. They're all full, not awful. So you've got emotional happiness. You've attained great emotions. You've got the huge sun in the background that's lighting everything up and making everything happy. Hey, Asil. So you don't really have to worry about the being sensitive to things, because it looks like there's going to be this emotional happiness when that he is going to come see you. Now the issue is, then why are you losing sleep over it? Why are you, if it really is that he's coming to see you, which, like I said, this is emotional happiness. This emotional happiness kind of shows me that he is coming. So if he is, why are you so upset about it? Do you really, somewhere in your mind, somewhere in your mind, and that's what the big moon here is. The moon has to do with your what do you call it? Your subconscious, right? And you've got the moon here. You've got the moon here. So somewhere in your subconscious, even though you're asking about him coming and stuff, and asking him about coming to see you, I think there's hesitation in you personally that maybe you're afraid that if he does come, something bad will happen. Things won't go the way that you really want them to. Yeah, or there's the fairy red answer, which is, maybe he won't be able to come at all because of what's going on around the world right now, and you're sad about that too. But I don't know, somewhere back in here, I think he's making empty promise. He can make empty promises and have no consequence because you really don't know. So I would be willing to I would definitely keep an eye on that, because that's followed up right next to the tower. All right. So that's what I get for you. I hope that resonated with you. I hope that resonates. That's for sure. Because it's not the easiest message to get, right? Right, Donata? But I am hoping. All right, so let's see. As Seal says, is Samer hiding anything from me? Been thinking he's cheating. Oh, no. All right, is Samer hiding anything from you? You're thinking he's been cheating. All right. Well, let's see what we get. Okay. All right. Samer. Oh, you got the Ten of Cups as well. You did get the Ten of Cups as well. You also got the Devil. All right. I think yes. Yes, he is hiding something from you. Just from the Devil card. Hey, Mayo Girl. Welcome. I definitely think something is being kept from you. And it's not, obviously it's not something that's going to make you happy. That's for sure. That's not going to make you happy. However, you are so emotionally filled by him that you are almost willing to look past this. I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. You're almost willing. You're willing to let your emotions take over everything. Close your eyes to the whole situation. As you can see, she's got her eyes closed there. And take all of this bright yellow happiness that's in the next three cards and overlook whatever it is that he's doing. He's doing something and you don't want to see it. So you close your eyes and you think about other stuff. You get yourself into a good emotional place, and then you kind of forgive him for it, it looks like. You try to reach out, you try to get in touch with him, but he won't get back in touch with you. You have that communication break. You can see it. You can see the communication break right there. It's really, it's really clear. But then you've got the Queen of Rods. Somebody who's very much a friend to everyone, very much, very focused, very fixated on stuff, very eager. Queens are water, wands are fire. So you're putting out the passion, you're putting out the fire, which is the passion, right? That's what happens. You put water and fire together and it doesn't quite work. That's the passion. So you're gonna have to watch. I don't see where I see where yes, something is going on that you don't know about. You need to open your eyes to it though. Because otherwise it's going to cause a huge conflict. And you're just going to keep getting hurt. You're just gonna you're gonna be the guy at the bottom of this hill here, and you're gonna get knocked down, kind of thing. You're gonna get knocked down and you can't get up again because you're hurt. And you don't want that kind of hurt because you don't deserve that kind of hurt. You don't deserve it. And that's definitely what I see. So yeah, Seal, that's kind of what I'm seeing in this whole thing. Drives me nuts when the card jump straight. That's definitely what I'm seeing. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. That's what I want to tell. That's what I want to tell her. In the 10 of Cups. Open your eyes. If you opened your eyes, you would be so much happier. So, all right. That's what I have for you. All right, Seal. Thank you for your question, though. Thanks for letting me answer. That's for sure. Thank you for letting me do the reading for you. All right. All right, so what else do we have on a lovely Sunday evening? Yeah, the devil's definitely having some fun. The devil's having some fun. Unfortunately, the Seal's not having such fun. Yeah, you just kind of want to reach right out and say, open your eyes to this whole thing. And I honestly think for you, Seal, personally, you have your eyes open because you're the one who told all of us about how you think he's cheating. So you already know. You already know in your mind. And you're just looking for confirmation. You're not really looking for me to tell you something different. You're just looking for me to confirm that. And I think I did. I think that's just what I did. So, all right. We probably have time for one more question. Who's got it? Who has our last question? Oh. Well, I'll tell you, it's been fun being here again. Don't forget, check out the website, nightreadertarot.com. Again, there's places there for you to send comments. Check out my Facebook, my Instagram, the YouTube channel, any of it. All the links are there. You can donate. You can also set up for private readings, whether you want them private live readings or private taped readings. I can do either. And yeah, you definitely take just a few minutes and stop on into nightreadertarot.com. Nightreadertarot.com. So all right, Mayo girl. So you get the last question. Here we go. You're feeling quite stuck at the moment in your life, mainly due to this whole burnout. Yeah, I know that. I know a lot of people that way. Any advice on how to move forward? A lot of people are feeling the quarantine burnout, unfortunately. I personally don't feel it myself because this is kind of the hermit life I enjoy after I retired and stuff like that. So I do enjoy the hermit life. Don't forget also our theme for the next 24 hours is looking towards the future, looking to the future. So remember that. Look to the future. The dog's telling you, look over there. There's the future. It's right over there. All you got to do is remember to look to the future. I know that was yesterday too. Fairy Wren. How weird. I shuffled, even before I came online. And I pulled from the middle. And sure enough, there it was. He's looking at, he likes to look at the chat. It's very beautiful, very positive. And it was very much here yesterday. It's so weird. Out of a whole deck, I could pull one card and it'd be the exact same card as yesterday after I shuffled about 7 or 8 times and pulled from the middle. But it does. It does happen. Sure enough. You know what I thought that was going to happen? You know what I was afraid of? We were going to do that during when I did the collab with Dr. Mystical. I had this feeling the night before that he and I were going to pull the same card. We were doing 1 card pulls, and I had a feeling we were going to pull the same card. It was going to be like that game War. And we were going to have war with our different decks. Because I used Danny K. And I don't remember what deck he used. But, all right. Here we go. Mail girl, here we go. What do you got? How to get out of the funk, basically. How do I get out of a funk? The quarantine funk, that is. How to get out of the quarantine funk. Once again, we got the Queen of Cups. Again. Yep, there's the funk. I see you in the funk, right there in the middle. Do you see it? I see it. Well, you go on out and you have yourself a good old arm wrestling match. That'll get you out of the funk. That's for sure. You beat some guy in an arm wrestling match, you'll feel good about yourself for months. There you have it. And that's all there is to it, right? No, I would say, yeah, you're looking off to the future, and you want to know what is going to happen with everything else that's going on in this world. What is going to happen? What's going to happen to you? What's going to happen to you specifically? You know, you want things to be good. And you can see this girl is really longing for something. She's longing for things to get better and wanting, and you know, she's got that real, you know, almost like she's just asking, please let things get better. Please let things get better. And then somebody's saying, no, we're still going to have some more issues. We're going to have some issues, and everybody's going to be, you know, the people who are all going to hang around here or so close are all going to get in trouble because that's not what they're supposed to do, obviously. But there's going to be conflict. There is going to be conflict, and I think it's going to be inside you. I think you're kind of banging. You know, I do need longer arms, I swear. You're going to be banging that head on what do I do to get out of this whole funk. And then you have the Four of Swords. And in Anna Kay, the Four of Swords, she really looks like she's sick. She looks very, very tired, sick and tired. Not, okay, I'm sick and tired of what's going on, but she's sick, or sick, period, and she's tired, period. So I definitely see that. So there's that fatigue issue there. You can see where she's getting help from someone that may be a family member, maybe a friend, maybe somebody that she's turned to that she knows and is. You're just looking for that help. You can actually see medicine here on the table. If you're really looking into this card, and again, if you look in the background, this being swords is that wintry, cold feeling, which is kind of what you're in right now. So this is where you are. This is where you are right here. You're conflicted about what's going to happen. You're worried about it. It's got you exhausted. It's got you so mentally and physically exhausted that you are sick from it, and you're just longing for the answers. You're longing for an answer that about when is this going to give up so you can start doing something, so you can get out and do the things you like to do, because right now you can't. And then the Ace of Swords says, stop in the name of love. Yeah, she's kind of doing her Supremes thing there. But she's saying, stop. There is going to be an opportunity coming real quick. Something's going to show up as an opportunity very suddenly. And it's going to be good because, again, you're looking at a very sunny card. You don't get much sun and brightness and stuff like this in a swords card in Anna Kay. Almost all the swords are very wintry, cold feeling cards. This one is not. This one says, hey, stop. You got a fresh start coming. It's going to be an opportunity coming very suddenly. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, things are going to get better. And you're going to get this new opportunity that comes to you. And again, you are the Queen of Cups. You're the Queen of Cups. You are very perceptive in that whole thing. You know that this is going to happen. You're very sensitive to it, but you're also delicate and nervous about it. And I understand that. I definitely get that because, anytime when all this stuff is everything that's going on has made me a wreck, absolute wreck, and anxious and nervous and all that stuff. But have no fear because the Supremes are here. And they are saying to you, don't forget, you've got something's going to happen, and it's going to happen really suddenly, and you're not even going to realize it's happening, and you're going to be very happy about it. Because she says, because I am the only happy sword card in the deck. So, Mayo Girl, to get out of the funk, arm wrestle with somebody. But no, just remember that you're going to be, even though you're sensitive and even though you're dragged down and emotionally and physically exhausted, something's going to come up that's going to make you very, very happy over the next, probably 6 to 8 weeks. And it's going to make you happy. It's going to get you out of that funk. It's going to get you out of the house. It's going to get you out of, it's going to get you out of everything. It's going to pull you right out. Don't be nervous about it. Don't be sensitive about it. Don't be too emotionally sensitive, but be perceptive, be intuitive. Because you'll feel it. You'll know when this is coming, and you'll feel it. So that's what I get for you, Mail Girl. All right. I hope that it comes true. And yeah, like Fairy Wren says, be strong. Be strong. I know, stay inside. Everybody's Stay inside, not just for you, but for everyone. Stay inside, stay inside. But it's you're going to get somewhere. You will get somewhere, and you'll be happy about it, and that'll be it. All right. All right, that is it for this evening. It is almost 10 after 7. So you're very welcome, Mayo Girl. Yeah, it's a challenging 2 years. I understand that from the exhaustion and the tiredness part of it there. So, but you're gonna get past it. Something's gonna come up that's gonna make you happy. It may not take away all the exhaustion. It may not take things away, but at least it's gonna make you happy for a little while. It'll take some of the funk away, that's for sure. It'll wash the funk off. My mother always used to say to me, she used to say, when you were born, they threw away the mold. And I told her, don't worry, Mom, it's growing back. That's my final thoughts. How's that? Terrible, I know. Absolutely terrible. All right. So I will see you guys all tomorrow evening. And on that note, don't forget the website, nightreadertarot.com. And again, I will see you all tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And come back with your questions. We'll do a lot more readings again. I love to do as many readings as I possibly can. And don't forget, for the next 24 hours, look to the future. Because that's what I'm trying to do. Look to the future. All right. I hope you all had a good night. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. And have a good evening. Good night.